making sure, because I'm a weirdo. Checking to see if anybody joins before I even start. Yeah, it's just telling me I'm no longer hosting. And let me just real quick. There we go. Yeah, that should be finished. And there we go. I'm just getting everything set up, having everything nice and dandy. Big chillin'. I'm not doing my best look-wise, but that's not the point. Just adjusting my camera just a teensy bit, because, like, you know, if you're wondering what's going on with the intro, last time we played, we deleted Monica. Monica is not here. Monica is now non-existent to our game. We have done the top 10 anime betrayals and deleted Monica from our files. So, yeah. Which means I have to start making sure that this is working. Okay, I'm just making sure that everything's like working out correctly. My alerts are working fine. I have to restart my session to make sure that's going good. I'm just a little tired. I'll be fine. After this, most likely, depending on how late my friend gets home, I'm going to be watching Demon Slayer. You know, just basic stuff, normal stuff. I just noticed they're all wearing matching shoes. I guess it's part of their uniform. Well, let me load game. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Hoo-hoo. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. Is it? Okay, I'm just making sure that it's working fine. After all, Natsuki decided to. Hey, don't ruin surprises. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Hello! What's up? I just wanted to finish this game today. This is literally random stream since I'm not going to stream on Wednesday. Yeah. I couldn't stream the other... Like, I'm gonna start working. I start work on Wednesday. Don't worry about the Discord status. I am edgy. Anyways, Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Yeah, I got hired like a few weeks ago, but there was a lot of complications and I'm finally gonna start working, which is great, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, but thank you for the congratulations, I appreciate that. Okay, still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, wow! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. It's so cute! Wow, these look amazing. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good! Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup. Oh. Ah yes, Natsuki, everyone's beloved. I apologize for the camera, it's acting really weird. I need to get a new one. But hello! She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. How you doing? How's your week been? How's everything? How's everything chilling? Actually, while you're telling me this, I could take out a Pepsi if I really wanted to, but no, I'm gonna leave it in here. I'm not drinking a Pepsi yet. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoyed tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Mare, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh. Because I just put them in the mini fridge. They're not cold enough yet. In my opinion. Like, I'll give them another hour before I drink one. I'm thinking this stream's gonna be a little shorter than usual, unless you guys want to see me do a side story. But that's up to you guys after I'm done with this. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. I don't know, but since it's a side story, I'm not expecting them to be, like, extraordinarily long or anything like that. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build a deep, complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Well, about, you know, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Mare wants to read some of my manga, don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little bit. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Mayor? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. It could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing the literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah. You're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri... I have to read manga? We're converting Yuri into a weeb. Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. That's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interests, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's worthy. It's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you'd do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too. Oh my god, I was so rude. Poor Sayori. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yeah. I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along. Isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Mayor. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori. Aw, Mayor. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. But I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make the best club ever. Now that you joined, everything's gonna be so much fun. Hey, Mayor. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm just happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Mayor. I know how hard you try to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. F-O-R-E-V-E. No. Huh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. Ah! I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Mayor. Goodbye, Literature Club. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I song. And I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So, yeah.
I could have done this last night if I really wanted to.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you.
Oh, that's so cute.
In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment
Okay,
to do
Dan
today?
Salvato. Oh. She's deleting everything, alright.
Everything that we do is fun.
Oh yeah, something I didn't unlock if I just kept doing Natsuki.
When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an
Okay.
ending, what will it take just for me to have it all?
Oh my god! Well, fuck.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me?
These are very suggestive pictures, not gonna
If I
lie.
take your is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality?
I'm just watching these credits. I'm actually
If I
listening to this.
can't
I'm
hear
trying
the
this. Why
sound of
not?
your heartbeat, what do you call love in your reality? And in your
Extra special
reality,
thanks to Monica and
if I
Mare.
don't know how to love you, I'll
Aww,
leave
she
you
thinks
be.
both of us. Made with love. That's right, I am God. Oh. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place with no happiness. It's truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo the same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Required files are missing or corrupt. Please run reset to repair and reset the virtual machine. I'm resetting it. This is interesting. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. But Would you like to review the detailed content warnings? Yeah. Thank you for understanding, taking interest in Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Literature Club is a horror game. Please do not take this lightly. Doki Doki Literature Club may not be suitable for you if you are affected with any of the following themes: depression, suicide, self-harm, abuse. These themes are not merely suggested, but are often portrayed as realistic as possible, and thus may disturb you as if they were real. Furthermore, the above list is not 100% exhaustive. If you would like to be warned when potentially sensitive content is about to occur while playing the game, detailed content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu. For those with extra concern for their mental health, our recommendation of the safest approach is to avoid playing Doki Doki Literature Club. We trust that given your understanding of your own mental health, you are able to make the decision that is right for you. Thank you for your consideration and staying safe. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. I genuinely appreciate how much they put care into people who are struggling with mental health before they even start this game. Because I genuinely appreciate that they fucking did that. Like, props to the developers for putting up an actual warning instead of letting people go in completely blind and just being like, hey, this contains topics that are extremely sensitive, and like, it's not just triggering, we straight up will show it, and we don't want you to go through that like extensive trauma in case you don't want to deal with that, because this game can be traumatizing for the wrong people. Right now I'm just gonna look at the side stories and see if I could like start on one of them. That's what I'm gonna do for now. Let's start a side story. This is Trust Part 1. Huh. Soccer tryouts, bake sale, concert, music club concert. This is completely new to me. I haven't done this. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance today. I missed debate club. Who knew it would be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monica's the only member of the literature club. In the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monica glances at the other flyers. The headline is, do you like literature? Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it up over their other club interests. I can't just rely on other people. I just can't rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them a vision. A vision! But what kind of vision? Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Hello? Suddenly a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I never do this. Is this a napping club? No, this is... Monica pauses and suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, literature club. This is the literature club. Yay, I thought I was in the wrong for it. I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry. It was like so unprofessional for me to do that. Don't apologize, I do that all the time. Oh. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everyone? Well, about that. This is everybody. Really? Just you? But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a really hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. I was just joking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry that this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members at least? Well, no. I want to join now. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing and you should be proud of it, you know. So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Monica! That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling! Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Monica glances at the flyer at the desk and realizes that her name's already written on it. So, what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug and then lets go. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. My camera is only showing the top of my head. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me at my best. This is adorable. I love this so much. Hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirit lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. Oh, are these the side stories? I love them. A day passes and the time comes for the literature club. Monica and Sayori to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she is the first to arrive to the club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining. No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry, I'm late. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm okay. I started choking on my fucking air. Just on the air alone. It's okay, welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's desk. Oh, what's this? Take my hand. Take my hand. Take me forward. Take me to your... Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no. That's the wrong side of the paper. to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting club members. Oh, so this is what you meant to show me. But I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere as good as you are. Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like a dramatic version of me that doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aww, you should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president. I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. This camera is bothering the fuck out of me. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Oh yeah! I would love that. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's a poem, right? Yeah. I think that's helping me form more of a cohesive version of the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone read it. I'll try to show you more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Sayori, that's terrible. Anyways, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes. I was hungry. But it's a good idea. Isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when would we ever have the chance to give people cupcakes? Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están todos? Ahorita voy a empezar a hablar en español porque ahorita no me pueden dejar sola. Ok, voy a tratar de leerlo en español porque se me hace muchísimo más difícil leer en español cuando está en inglés. Si me pueden entender, pero puedo ver que no me entienden porque yo puedo hablar español, ustedes no. Algunos no, algunos sí. Nada más se me hace un poco chistoso porque cada vez que me ponen a hacer eso, nadie me entiende. Mira, y te estás riendo. Mira, ¿para qué te estás riendo si tú eres lo que me... Mira lo que me hiciste, mira lo que me estás haciendo. Te estoy hablando en español. Eres puertorriqueño. Yo soy mexicana. Soy de Jalisco. Entonces, si me puedes entender, tú sabes lo que ya estás haciendo. Se me acabó el tiempo, pero voy a seguir hablando en español por nomás unos segundos más para que veas. Entonces tu abuela es de España y tú eres de Puerto Rico. Pues eres parte de España, parte de Puerto Rico. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. That's very interesting. But if you could understand it, that's perfectly fine. Like, that's actually very interesting. I thought it was funny because, like, whenever anyone redeems Spanish, no one understands a single thing I say. Oh my god, I think the fucking music is louder than me. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to make sure that, like, you can hear me fine without the music overpowering me. Settings. Just in general. If you guys notice anything with my settings that's a little weird, it was hilarious timing. I love it when people make me speak Spanish, because then my entire, like, mostly no one. I was actually gonna try reading in Spanish too. Actually, I can try it. I can try reading in Spanish just because you guys deserve it. Pero ¿cuándo vamos a tener la chance para poder darle gente los cupcakes? Los pastelitos. You mean the face? The I do that every time. Okay. Tú sabes cuando vienen al club. Pero si les decimos que tenemos pastelillos en los... I don't know how to say flyers in Spanish. En los papeles. Es que estoy preocupada que va a traer la gente incorrecta al club, ¿sabes? La gente equivocada. Gente que nomás va a venir por la comida. ¿Alicates? ¿Alicates? I don't know. Alicates. I don't know. I'm just gonna say papeles if it means flyer. I think it might just be different per region, because in Mexico we say popote when it comes to straw. I know other places call it sorbete or some shit. I don't know. I say popote. Okay, I'm gonna go back to reading in English because I know some people do not understand what I'm saying. People would just come in for cupcakes and then leave. Aw, nobody would do that. Las tenazas? Aren't those pinzas? Tenazas. That sounds familiar, I just can't put it in the top of my head. I'll have to translate that later. But yeah, they're tongs. Pinzas are tongs. Tenazas are tongs. Yeah, you're right. Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature, even if they don't know it yet. Let's see. The next thing on the list: hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like going around the school finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And when we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is, like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? I have no idea. How would we know if they would just like reading for fun? Well, we could ask them. And we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, the next idea is to hand out flyers rather than to just put them on the wall. I definitely start doing that. I'm useful! I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to just be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out what we can better engage people. Okay, so in high school, I was a part of the art club. I am very proud of being in the art club because we listened to music a lot, we would take food a lot, and we would just like hang out while drawing. That was what majority of the time that's what we would do. But then the teacher would be like, we have to start doing other stuff because we took the art like, not just drawing art, but like some of the people would just like randomly sing. We would randomly do other stuff, like paint and shit like that, and it was like fun as fuck. And it was pretty fun, like, honestly. Let's figure out how we can better engage people.
What if you told them about the club activities and stuff?
What club activities? Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be my job to come up with that too, you know? Right? I used to be in the art club. I wish I still was. I miss it. A vision for the club. Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club?
Probably like, literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club.
What the heck?
I'm sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine.
Is it me? Am I the friend? Okay, what if I said that we do a group reading and discuss it together?
I'd probably not do that.
I am the friend. I am the stupid weeb who reads books and watches anime, and, you know, I'm actually gonna watch anime tonight. With Queen, actually. Me and Queen are gonna be watching anime tonight together, because she promised me. Unless she's too tired after work. Then I wouldn't blame her if she wants to go to bed instead. But she did agree to watch some anime with me.
I would probably not do that.
That's you, Sayori.
Yeah, but that doesn't really sound like fun to most people anyways. We need to really catch their interest, you know?
This sucks. Why is it so hard?
Monica, don't be sad.
What do you like about literature, Sayori?
Me? Well, kind of what you said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you a chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do. When you're just doing it the normal day and talking to your friends.
I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know?
It's like intimate.
Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self.
Be intimate with us.
Okay, that's kind of...
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, just walk up to random people and being like, we're gonna start watching, I'm gonna start watching Demon Slayer for the very first time. And she's just accompanying me watching random anime that I've never watched, ever. Like, I know the new episode of My Hero is coming out tomorrow, and I'm gonna be watching that, because I do like My Hero Academia. I just like, my favorite anime ever is Gurren Lagann, and that will always be my favorite anime. And there's other anime that I've watched, but I don't have like a wide variety of like things that I've watched in the past, mostly for the fact that it's like, I wouldn't consider myself a weeb or an avid anime watcher, but I do partake into watching some anime sometime. I actually just finished Beastars, season 2, which was very interesting.
I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
I forgot all my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me.
Rushed? But oh, never mind. Do you want to get your stuff then?
I'll forget it if I don't do it now.
Well, I'll wait for you then.
Okay, it'll only take a second.
Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts down on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out? No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame.
Monica!
Ah! You startled me.
Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my class room, there's a girl reading a book.
Reading a book?
Let's hurry and recruit her.
Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework?
I could tell that she was really into it.
Well, I guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom, with Sayori leading the way.
This way!
It's most likely Yuri. You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper.
See? In here!
Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading her book. I feel like a creep doing this.
You need to go inside and talk to her!
Me?
You're the president! I probably even scare her away.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a deep breath and timidly enters the classroom.
That was fast.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Why? What happened?
Well, I entered the classroom. She didn't even look up from her book, so I kind of just left the flyer on her desk and walked out.
That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club.
I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the club room. Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resumed their strategy meeting. They discussed various kinds of different recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end up in a better spot from where they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it?
Yeah! I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Wait, hey, what's this?
Sayori peers at the sheet of paper that Monica was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself.
Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. That's so cute!
I thought it was a little overdramatic.
But,
Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment.
you know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong.
Yeah, but...
Would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it exactly how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm just really afraid of deviating it from the vision.
What's the vision?
It's... Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against a sheet of paper.
Right the way into your heart. I think that's what you're trying to do.
It's to make the club that you need the most out of anyone.
Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you.
Monica returns Sayori a smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever. Sayori nods, and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner, and the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling down its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home?
You tell me, you're the president.
In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead. I still need a few minutes still.
Oh, I can wait.
That's alright. I just want some alone time.
In that case,
Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica.
good luck.
Monica smiles and returns as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right about now. The club that I need the most. I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. Monica suddenly notices a folder by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope she doesn't have any homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers. As they grew just for me, a lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, 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 you're going to die, and you, too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction. The field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower. What the? Wait, Sayori. We've discovered the bitches really say. Woo. Trust. Part 2. I'm gonna do part 2 just because I feel like it. Sayori's a depressed, suicidal baby. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club tasks, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. Wait, actually, let me rename the title of my stream. There we go. I changed the title. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through all these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't even ask her about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast of Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club what I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Though the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you, as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling with the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friends. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something?
Promise you what?
Monica pauses to collect her thought. This is a literature club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently.
I'll promise if you promise.
Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise.
Me too.
As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry?
Huh? But what about recruitment?
It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know.
There's no way I could say no to that. I just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything.
That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I need to know where to start when it comes to writing poems.
Starting isn't so hard. You just kind of need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you.
Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good.
It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the another. It's more like a collage where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not to get stuck right at the beginning.
I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I'm gonna forget what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out you idiot after she writes it down.
No, keep it.
What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot?
Of course not.
But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right?
Be as dramatic as you want.
But I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot, and stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote that down. Wrote down what I mad at myself for. And then I did that exact thing anyways. This is really gonna take some getting used to.
I believe in you.
Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quiet. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, Sayori's guidance and encouragement. With Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all her random thoughts. Monica looks up and down her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating.
I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems.
Don't give me too much credit. I do have to try really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on the new flyer for the club. I won't try to be so picky about the language.
Yeah, let's do it.
Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel It's only a matter of time before they find more members. I'm going to do something really quickly. It won't take me long at all. That is not what I wanted to do. Okay, for some reason I now needed to do something to access the rest of the server. Cool. I'm trying to do something. I guess I'm not doing that right now. Alright, that's fine. Let me let my chat know that I'm doing something else. Okay, let me go back to the game now. Sorry for the small pause. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first one to the club room, with her printout and the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to the one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from the students. Oh! I'm so sorry about that. But I'm glad you're relaxed. I mean, I know you need your rest since you don't sleep from what Queen keeps saying in the server. You need your rest. Go, if it helps you fall asleep, just leave it on in the background and then just nod off. If it helps you. According to a few people in the past, they've told me that I have a very soothing voice. I don't hear it, but if it helps, I'm glad. I'm honestly glad that it helps. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from the students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meetings when she performed the writing exercise. Was I actually this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. The debate club was also about rigid structure, formulating airtight points, counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself, for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects at the tip of the pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels her compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does, The black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses the pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today.
I'm here.
Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk. Then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk.
Bad day?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You too?
The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard on the club, but also something else, I think.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to be vulnerable. Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down and stares at it for a while.
Can I trust you?
Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with the sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Sayori.
This is really, really hard for me.
Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself.
That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is, like, screaming at me to stop.
Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday.
I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared.
At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up this courage for this. Where Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually push that were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in a gentle silence.
I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you could just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier just to smile and help everyone else be happy.
But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing.
It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that.
Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past.
I just want everyone to be happy.
Fucking shoot, there's a fly in my room! I don't have a fly swatter. I can't kill it. I'm sorry if you saw that. I can't kill it! Get off my fucking PC! Where'd it go? I don't see it. If I see it again... Bug aside. I hate it here, but I love it here.
I just wanted everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone.
Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too?
I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this.
But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time.
Whenever we talk about the club, it's supposed to mean
I kept feeling like it was the right thing for me to do.
Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means so much to me.
Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But, if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica could almost feel the torrent thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that all of the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that no one new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppressed a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to people. I'm not good at anything. It just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. You have so much value to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy that you brought what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica's letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies, her sniffles fully cease. Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes.
I guess I needed that.
Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll just make sure that things are still the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy.
Thanks. You're the best.
No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods.
It's scary, since it's already hard to tell people.
Yeah. Well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you.
Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would.
Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches.
Wow, that made me tired. And hungry.
Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up to it.
No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy.
Monica smiles.
But I might want to get a snack first.
All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes two of them to turn their heads. Door opens halfway and then stops, and a face peeks in. A face that seems familiar.
It's all of them joining! Oh!
There's 6 side stories. I'm doing them all. Fuck it. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She's conspicuously mouths to Monica.
It's her! It's the girl!
It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps into the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. That stupid fucking fly! I don't know where it went. It disappeared. Sayori continues to fill, containing her excitement.
It's happening! Oh my gosh!
Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica. This is Sayori. We run the literature club. Everything, it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club.
Already?
Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh my goodness. Hello, blunted lizard. Ooh, hello there. Welcome. Just making sure that it works, because sometimes my alerts don't wanna... Is it working? Is it gonna say that I have a new follower? Thank you very much. Also, thank you so much for joining the stream. It's really appreciated. It might take a minute for my overlay to update that you're my most recent follower, but I clicked restart. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Hello. Oh. Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk, gently sitting down.
So what's your name?
Yuri.
I'm Sayori, and this is Monica.
Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy?
Like books?
Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yeah. Have you heard of Annabelle DuPont? Actually, I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Shh, fucking go away! This fly, I swear to God. I don't know where it went. Anyways. Monica stammers, completely caught off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help.
I'd love to! It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great.
I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll get them for you.
You probably only need to bring one for now.
Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on the desk. True. Okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have no experience with fantasy except for maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid. That's probably a joke compared to what she's into.
I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn off from each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that?
Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden.
It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead.
What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori.
It's just like learning what makes people happy or sad.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're probably great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her.
Yay, that's exactly what I want to do! Besides,
Sayori lowers her voice.
I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get.
She taps her fingers against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone indicates that she might have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori, sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just as equal in size to the one that's already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in the other books that take place in the same universe. So going over those is going to fucking bother get Where'd it go? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. There is a fly in my room bothering the ever living shit out of me. I hate it, but it flew away. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. If the fly goes in here, I'll just fucking close it. One of its canon lives. Oh my god. Hi, zombie. I'm trying to kill a fly. Thank you. Also, just gonna say it's gotten a lot less triggering in the streams, so you don't have to worry about seeing a lot of sensitive stuff. There'll be tiny sensitive topics at this point, but nothing extremely terrible at this point, because I already went past all of that. So I think it should be safe for you to watch. Though the topics might be brought up, they won't be shown. So it's I'm not saying it's completely actually, you came here for the fly catching. I have no idea where the fly went. It's somewhere in my room. I'll probably see it soon. I'm going to actually enable content warnings just because I forgot to do that, and I just found out I can do that. So just in case something triggering is gonna come up, it'll tell me ahead of time. Yeah. Because I did put a trigger warning on the title of my stream. Because spoilers for this game, but I don't think you're gonna play it regardless. There is a topic of depression, anxiety, self-harm, suicide, and I forgot what other thing. But like, yeah. That's why it's like I like to warn people before they join the stream. There's some things that are more explained in the other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sire nervously interjects.
Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that.
From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So,
what made you decide to join the club?
Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club. That's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances at Monica.
Monica!
Monica came into my classroom and she put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous and couldn't even look up. So she just walked out. It took me several days to just come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was. But I decided that was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually really hoping you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things at the worst possible scenario. Before I do that. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están todos? Ahorita voy a estar hablando en español otra vez porque me gusta, porque a ustedes les gusta cuando hago esto. Entonces voy a tratar de leer otra vez en español. Yo empiezo a interpretar cosas en la forma más mal. Pero todavía estaba bien ansiosa para venir aquí por otras razones también. Porque a lo mejor había mucha gente. No porque me importa, pero porque tengo mucha miedo de I can't speak that. Lo que está tratando de decir en el juego ahorita es que es bien ansiosa, que no le gustan las cosas así. Mucha gente es como reserva sus cosas para ella misma. Le gusta leer, es introverted. Voy a hablar un poquito más de un minuto porque ya sé que ya pasó un minuto, pero de todos modos está hablando de cosas que la hace nerviosa. Alright, I was just trying to say that she's an introverted girl that's very nervous. Not that I mind much, but I have a really hard time with it. Where? I see it. I'm trying so hard. Where'd it go? It disappeared again. Thank you. I guess I am good at translations, I guess. It's one of the things that I'm good at, apparently. Translating things. Sorry, the fly is still in my room. Okay, let me warn people. in my fucking stream. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna change the title of my stream. Not that I mind much, but I really have a hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. What was that? You can't clip? Oh, I have it to where I don't have any, like, links in my chat. I don't know how to change it. You should be able to. Wait a minute. That's so weird. Give me a second. Let me see my stream settings. Yeah, it's just links. You can clip. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I just got distracted. What did you send me? Did you make a clip of me just trying to kill a fly? Flies beware. Just seeing myself just so concentrated. Okay, I'm gonna save as a highlight. Okay, yeah, no, I'll just... Where? Okay, you can tell that I'm watching it. Okay, I'll save that as a highlight later because that is really fucking funny, but... Okay, back to the game. I definitely came at the right time.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come.
Yuri smiled warmly to herself. I never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. So it's hard to find others who are really into the same... Where? Fucking... Where'd it go? Where is the fucking fly? It was right here. Oh, hi, Amy. Where is it? There's a fly in my room. And I'm trying to catch it in a box. I'm just trying to go. Okay, if I see it again once more, I'm going to cry. Why do I have a DM? It's Ant-Man, I mean Flyman. Really? That's funny. Flies. Thank you for the advertisement. My god. It's so hard to find others who are interested in the same thing as I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that.
What kind of things are you into?
Like genres?
I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature.
Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sayuri pauses, a look of concern on her face.
How about I'll tell you something I'm into, and then you can tell me about what something you're into.
Honestly, how good would it be to be a superhero called Flyman? All you do is fly.
And his name is John C.
Fuck. The fly is back! Where'd it go? It disappeared. I saw it right there and it flew past. I'm going to fucking cry. now named John Cena. That just means I can't see him. Yes. Anyways. I need to get more water later.
How about I'll tell you something I'm into, and then you can tell me something you're into.
I suppose that would be okay.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty into like crafty things. Like making cute little collages and decorating things like cars or jewelry boxes.
FBI, open up!
Are you happy?
My room's always cluttered with random stuff.
They're coming for that fly? Okay. I don't know where the fly is right now. I don't see it, but I think I'm safe for a second. By the way, my mouse came in. The new one that I bought. There was something who was... Oh my god, yeah, there is someone who's sleeping right now.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello? Hey, me. I'm sorry. You're fine, don't worry about it. He was talking about how soothing my voice. No, you're fine. You don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. Trust me. I think he'd find this funny. I think he would find this hilarious. You're okay. But he was talking about earlier how he found my voice completely soothing. And how it was like lulling him to sleep and how it was a good thing. I think he forgot how chaotic my streams can get. What was that?
It was at this moment that
my
he
God.
knew.
He
fucked up.
Amy, you're fine. It's not your fault. Honestly, this is funny as fuck to me. Okay.
My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But then
This fly. This fucking fly. Where are you? It's back over there. No, it's back over here. No! It's on my mud kit. I missed every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was funny. The fly is on my mud kit. The fly is on my mud kit. Actually, I don't see it anymore. You know, I like how I started streaming a game, and this is now turned into a fly stream. Yes, sir. Okay.
my room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends. But I put it off until the last minute. So yeah, that's something I'm kind of silly that I'm into.
You sound quite creative.
Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff.
So, I have to show something that I'm into now, right? Sayori nods. Then the fly, Amy. I showed up and you threw.
FBI, open up!
And I showed up and threw your stream off. Honestly, it wasn't your fault, zombie. It was the fly's fault. You guys are the spice. Thank you very much. The painted smile. Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm into nature.
I love nature. Monica and I are gonna start a nature club.
No, you're not. You're stuck with me here now.
Oh, Monica, we're gonna start a nature club. I'm not.
Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. What? Are y'all just like roasting each other? Alright, I'm down for that. Now you're stuck with me.
Hey, you don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having been cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park, just places where you can walk and sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice. You woke up the guy, Amy. Congratulations.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Good morning. I don't know. Okay. Just kind of nice to remove yourself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do, if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Buenas tardes, otra vez voy a estar hablando en español, esta vez con dos personas que me pueden entender. Déjame, ok, tengo el minuto empezando ya. ¿Cómo están todos? ¿Cómo estás? Madre mía, ¿cómo estás todos los demás? Voy a tratar de leer en español otra vez. Mónica trataba de dejarlo más a Sayori y que ella se enfocara más en su propio trabajo. Pero se hizo un poco difícil para no ponerse en la conversación. Pero antes de lo que sabían, Voy a tratar de traducir. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás, lady? ¿Cómo está tu día? ¿Cómo está tu nueva casa? Creo que Claro que vas a venir cuando voy a empezar a hablar en español. Ahorita estoy tratando de traducir. Estoy tratando de atrapar. Estoy tratando de atrapar una pinche mosca que se llama John Cena. Porque Amy no sabe cómo calmarse con los sonidos. Muchas gracias. That is enough Spanish for me. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting?
That's the plan.
I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. And that is approximately 99% of the Spanish I know. What? Let me scroll up. I need to see what the fuck is going on. Amy Cat, play John Cena. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Yo ahorita estoy muy bien. ¿Cómo estás, lady? Okay, once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile.
Bye.
As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the clubroom. Sayori, you're a lifesaver.
I didn't do anything, I just talked.
Still?
Besides, it really
I had to burp a lot.
Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know, and make me happy.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll give you a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting a book for the next meeting?
I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best.
I think you'll do great. After the surprise of the new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. By the way, I am going to warn you right now, lady, not about the game, because I know you've already seen other people play this game, but there is a fly in my room that I've been trying to catch for over an hour now. What? Murder. Bug aside. This is not a mod, this is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. This is the one with extra stuff. Okay. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the clubroom, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the clubroom.
It's club time again! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay?
Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well... Oh my god. Zombie's not gonna let me live that down. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. That was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so...
Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong.
I can't trust my chat anymore. Actually, no, I can't trust my friends anymore. There, I said it. You guys are my friends.
Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were.
Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it.
Huh? Why?
Because I know that you were probably just humoring me anyways. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested.
But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing.
I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me.
That's not what I'm doing.
A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them.
Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounded like something fun we could do together, reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That would be okay, right?
Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I don't really know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this.
You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here.
Sayori pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her, the book in question already in Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book.
Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga.
Have you ever gone down to the rabbit hole at all of the hidden stuff in this game? Yes and no. I just finished a game, which I thought was very interesting. It was kind of funny when Monica was just like, "You're recording me, aren't you? There's other people here." And I'm like, "Hey everyone, say hi to Monica. She knows I'm streaming." Which was kind of funny.
Part 1 of the Everlasting Saga. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now.
Oh right, I probably should get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper.
Wait, how come you need paper?
Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just taking notes.
Notes? Yeah, that's an effective strategy.
Exactly, I'm sure it was especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's jokes flew completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decides it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible.
I trust you. You're like super smart.
Oh, I did see the game theory on it. Which I thought was very interesting. I will rewatch it afterwards once I finish the side stories, because I have 3 more after this. Which, they're not that long. They're like about 20 minutes each for me to complete, but this one's taking the longest because I got distracted by a fly, Amy sounds, someone going to sleep, someone waking up, the fly again, and me talking Spanish. So this one's been taking me a while. Okay.
I trust you. You're like super smart.
Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident through enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart, especially you.
No!
Sayori rubs her shoulder against Yuri's.
You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy.
Anyways, would you like to get started?
Okay.
After a minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayori through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. I think Yuri would like D&D. I want to have a D&D game with Yuri. The more she details the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayori seems to have. But despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards.
How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite kind of writing that I do.
What kind of writing?
Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write is just like putting down feelings that come into my head, you know? But it's like, there's so much more planning and hard work.
Ah, so you're into poetry. I think there's an appendix that includes some kingdoms written works, like poetry and folk songs.
No way!
Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyways, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready.
Okay, I can't read very fast.
Okay, oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in.
I see.
Sayori jots, Yuri is patient in her notes. Hey, that's for the book.
I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times.
Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents.
Okay, chapter 1.
The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again.
What does vindicated mean?
Well, in this context, it essentially means that he has proven innocent.
It's okay to ask questions, right?
Of course. Sayori turns the page.
Are these footnotes?
A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanations to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned.
Wait, are they talking about the past right now or the present?
Where?
Right here.
They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having.
But they didn't tell me that.
It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes, as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now.
Okay.
Sayori takes a deep breath and closes the book that she's gotten, but I did not read that. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words.
Am I doing well so far?
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes you want to keep going and keep doing my best so I can see it the way you do.
The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things.
We can continue tomorrow, right?
Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow.
But
I'm sorry.
wait, sorry for what? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves.
You weren't making me.
Sayori is left alone with her words.
How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at and I still messed up. What if she doesn't want to come back?
Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at the desk spread with notes. The book sits next to them.
Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much that by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would be having much more fun. I need to do better for her.
That is part 1 of understanding. I'm now going to part 2. For For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at the desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down.
Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm just a disappointment.
Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's gonna leave such a bad impression on the new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one here. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. She does so. Yuri? Ah! Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes a book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With the club publicity and stuff? Yes. Monica, utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden? When she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did she not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting inside alone. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy if you tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but if she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen, it's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of the new flyer and then go around the billboards to replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and sets off. Oh, for anyone who might be watching, self-loathing, which is like self-deprecation and a lot of stuff like that, is about to hop up. So if you're not comfortable watching this kind of stuff, again, I either recommend you mute the stream for a little bit or stop watching for a tiny bit. Completely up to you guys. I just don't want anyone to be triggered. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica's finding it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up a stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some writing. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to me to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's cool that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She is not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I wouldn't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. It's important. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's an issue with me. I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're gonna have all kinds of people joining this club, hopefully anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course! I need to be looking out for everyone, otherwise what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I could talk for hours about the things I'm into, unfortunately. So much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of, or taken pity. I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. She what? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me, or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the middle of the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over the original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down, with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is what's most important to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. But if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thoughts out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise you that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be you just need to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head's it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of the cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again, and she looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For a moment, Yuri finds it to herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with the new one. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. It'll be great.
It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door and then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to go get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose... That's completely fine. Thank you for stopping by though and saying hello. It's nice to have you. Just whenever you want to, just play these scenes on your own. I've been really enjoying them. I wish I played this before the actual story, because it just makes me love the characters 10 times more. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, Baha. Bye! I'm good. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this.
You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff in the for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up water, right?
Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought.
Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck.
Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about the tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the club room door.
Yuri? Well, wait, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realized how Sayori has been spending her afternoon.
I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the way through it. And look!
Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair.
I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard.
Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this.
Yuri?
Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt.
Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me.
Yuri shakes her head.
No, it's me.
I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please, just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird.
I don't treat you differently. I just want to be my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like.
I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should just leave, just escape from here before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind.
It's okay.
Sayori whispers in a soothing voice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to process or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through the clenched throat, trying with her willpower to control herself.
I understand. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. And I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise, I understand that. So, I'll give you as much time as you need. But when you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay?
Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts and then speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like everyone who's nice to me is doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady than after having gotten them out. Sayori, who could feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well.
Thank you for helping me understand you a little better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too.
But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes.
That sounds kind of familiar.
I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that he would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears.
Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise you that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and all have different interests. Like about the books. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I would have learned the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that, but I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me.
Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Alrighty, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms.
Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off.
Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature can make it happen, then that's something she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading.
That's what I wanted to hear.
But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended.
Of course. I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, though, so we'll just see what happens.
Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying.
I'm back. Monica's back. I haven't seen you, at all recently.
Sayori trots over to Monica.
She whispers loudly. Can I hug you?
She's Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be a hug monster.
Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster.
Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks at the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you two have been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as a literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that it would be inconsiderate for me not to return the favor to you and learn about things that you like.
Yes! Do you like poetry?
Yuri smiles. That was the end of that side story. Now to turn on to Natsuki's one. Currently we were 4 out of 6. Now going on to 5 out of 6. So I'm almost done with the stream. It's been several weeks since the clubs officially started. Though there are initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monica, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori is partaking in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature. All 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. And in walks a girl none of them have ever seen before.
Hi!
Sayori tugs excitedly at Monica's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her hands in her book. Are you here for the literature club?
Yeah.
Yay, that's great! Thank you for stopping by! It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces.
Yeah! Come sit down somewhere and you can sit next to my desk.
Sayori prances over to her desk and presses her palms into it.
Oh, and Yuri could make some of the tea.
Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone that sits down next to Sayori. Monica follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding to standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves?
Okay.
Well, I'm Monica. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever other kind of literature.
You know, I kind of figured it was your club. You have that vibe.
I have a vibe?
Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard.
Oh no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles.
I'm Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult.
The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room.
Oh, that's Yuri.
Sayori lowers her voice.
She's kinda shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea. I love her. Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. My favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Let's go get ice cream. It's my favorite flavor. My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monica's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here. Do you just like hang out or actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet since we only have like 3 members, so we just kind of loosely spend our time together doing stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like some more structured club activities. It's been a while now since I started this club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you like the club get into? Well, I guess I'm literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why do you say it like that? I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds great. Like, after I've been doing all this, Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which sets down on an empty desk. After all the deep, immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, then you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature you're interested? Well, not really. Well, in that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. Come on, is it a big deal? Manga is literature, right? I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically. I get it, look. I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I just please join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just like keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll literally do whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you! You're the best! I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? No, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence to save for the sound of Yuri's sipping her tea. I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities, so it's like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is getting cold. Yeah. Wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. Especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you don't just want to read her manga, Sayori? Well, hey, what do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still! I fucking love that they can read each other now. That's so fucking cute. I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I'm really gonna start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the 3 of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Sayori stands up and walks over to the door and then opens it. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes of what's presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack on the floor as gently as you can. That's quite a collection.
Sayori giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies, "There's still one more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them." Monica anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. After the next club meeting, Monika's the first to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Well, Monika thinks the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help?
No, I got it.
Monika awkwardly tries to start some conversation but fails. Curious, she peeks inside the closet where Natsuki is stashing all her manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there?
I can't reach up there. It would be so inconvenient.
Yeah, but Monika sighs. The teachers are gonna ask what all this manga is doing in here, so I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monika backs off and then slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Okay, this is the one time I'm gonna say this. Monika's being a complete fucking bitch. Like, can you just understand that the girl likes to read manga? Like, you don't have to be such a fucking judgmental bitch about it. Like, I love Monika. But that's so rude.
Good afternoon.
Sayori spins into the club room.
Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah, because I have this.
Sayori brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic.
I found some money and got a cookie. That's so pretty.
Sayori trots over to the closet. Oh, the colorful shelves catch her eyes.
Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved all my luck to find that money. If you want entry to my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. Boo! Defeated, Sayori unwraps her cookie and breaks up a piece for Natsuki. Then, Yuri silently walks into the club room. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod, understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we wanted to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good for everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else.
Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Monika glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests rather than to stick to the things that we're familiar with. Why does it sound like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but... Monika's voice shows off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Monika finds it incredibly difficult to relent her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Monika have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests that you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga here, but I just... Natsuki cuts off Monika just by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted in here, so I'm just going to leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. Oh no. Sayuri runs after her, leaving Monica and Yuri. For the second time today, Monica slumps down into her desk. Why am I being such a joke? Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's making me feel this way. Monica looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find that she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monica sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club? After all, Monica sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. Sorry, you can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? Well, I can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. Oh, well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Ugh, why is this the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. She has no authority to walk in here and make demands for the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely in debt to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. It's kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous. It has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling her confrontations with Natsuki, realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything else besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with her manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Monica walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. It's just, this wasn't what I had in mind for the club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monica starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monica has failed to consider before now. Where is the line drawn at what's considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into the larger box and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute, exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean, amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monica opens the book. Alright, Respect, Part 2. Because they need a lot of fucking respect.
This sucks. Why is Monica such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone and the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on. That's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you.
Natsuki sighs.
I know, thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want to talk to me, Mom? Do you want me to talk to Monica? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome into the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out, please. I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome, and
happy. So I want to make that happen for you. Let me real quick check the weather. Cause why does it sound like it's storming? It is storming. Oh my god, thunderstorm, yay. Anyways, hopefully my power doesn't go out midstream. Well, not midstream, but like, you know what I mean. Towards the end of my stream.
And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and be happy. So I want to make that happen for you. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well,
As Suki hesitates.
it's kind of dumb. Oh, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You were to me. So,
Just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monica.
I promise.
Natsuki sighs. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any stuff that I'm into without people making snotty comments about it.
Not that I care about what anyone else thinks.
But you know, the signs for literature club says that you can be yourself or whatever.
So I decided it was at least worth a shot.
But that was a lie, apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall.
Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monica?
Because she was being so judgmental and that I didn't. I just wanted to tell her something else she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve any kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing. The two of them remain silent for a while. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today, at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome.
You deserve to express yourself just as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise.
Oh, bullying. Alright, this is my moment to tell everybody in the in the stream. I personally have been bullied in the past. From kindergarten to the end of middle school to like my freshman year of high school. So this is something that's going to be particularly sensitive to me. I might cry. But Natsuki deserves the best. And if you're very sensitive to this topic, please feel free to mute the stream or leave. I will understand completely. I don't want anyone to feel triggered by any of this. I have to do this every single time that there's a sensitive topic coming up, because I don't want anyone to feel too uncomfortable to watch my streams. So, feel free to just... Let me see if I can word this right. Feel free to mute or turn off the stream if it makes you uncomfortable. I will be more happy that you guys are taking care of yourselves rather than watching this just to support me, because I care about you guys. So I'm going to continue. Just wanted to warn you. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria hallways are bustling with students rushing to meet their friends to make the most out of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monica, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monica decided to try to find her during lunch, so she can make amends. After searching an extensive time, Monica finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monica is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with some friends, whom Monica doesn't recognize. They're all energetically chatting together. It would be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh yeah? Did you end up joining the literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? Told you she would join. come on. You know she only joined joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club.
I told you, I never wanted to join that stupid club.
Oh, sure. Well, you could give her some credit at least for making an effort to finally grow past that trash. True. Well, congrats on graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you.
Shut up! Just let me do my thing.
I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What, you're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction?
Well, obviously, I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown out of it by now?
I told you, I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder how far you've come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. Yeah, sure. They grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. What would I have been so Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly any better than them after the way I treated her. I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be the club president. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go, like, exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like the literature club is a place where you can express yourself, unless it's in a way that I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize that what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just, like, a lot on my mind. No? I enjoy listening.
Really?
Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Yuri nods. Yeah. Well, Natsuki has this kind of blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that. The literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad. Like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And when I had that thought, it was when I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing and just in a roundabout way. I should have just made her feel good about being passionate about something. But I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri, when you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was kind of trying to dismiss it. But then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have just reflected on that, but I didn't, because I just let Sayori handle it instead. No one repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki to if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm going to get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah. I'll get them back by making sure this is a literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a rare stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits next to her.
I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president.
Is this about Natsuki?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was talking to Yuri about it.
Really?
I was so dismissive about her passion that she felt threatened, and I'm probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club's supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her.
Oh! Yay, did it!
That's so cute! That's adorable. That was adorable. Okay.
Yay, I did it!
Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. Yeah, glad we're on the same page.
Friendship wins again. So how do you want me to make it up to her?
Oh,
How do you want to make it up to her?
I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki's coming to club meeting today?
I don't think she is.
Oh, hi, Snack. I'm actually almost done with stream. So welcome to almost the end of the stream. There's a dog barking in the background. I see. Monica was afraid of that, not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she's inadvertently caused. But the only way she can do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from the conflict. Oh. I'm really enjoying this so far, mostly for the fact that like it's making me get to know the characters a lot more. And I'm on the final part of the side stories since I already finished the main story. It's so easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But it's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you've hurt them is to face them and admitting your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow?
I can do that.
Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend and a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's gonna be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm gonna step up for a bit, is that okay?
Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of the Natsuki's books? How come it's out here?
Sayuri picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that's, Natsuki probably left it out on accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, Monica's been. Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it was someone else who was using it, this classroom, and then, okay? Monica smiles at them both. Then, with a wave, she exits the club room. This bitch is ashamed of secretly being a weeb. She's a closeted weeb. I really shouldn't have left that out. Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki. And then that would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Monica and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is going to be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monica sits and then stands up to pace around and then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then, the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here! Welcome back! Monica, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Monica is struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand at the front of the club room like this, struggling to picture just who may be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse that each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monica had admittedly so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the literature club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monica takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay, everyone, the literature club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monica turns to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature. Manga. Oh, come on. Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want this, so just... Monica shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it would be easy to just smile and move on. That's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong for me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It's 'cause it caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us, so can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to.
Wait, that's not true. Monica planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her.
I was a witness to all of this as well. This is a literature club. The literature club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our own differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy just as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into. Monica smiles and kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking straight into her in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me.
Except for me!
Sayori, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's a literature after all. Natsuki stands up.
Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro.
But I didn't want you to just like me for that. Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki.
Yeah, whatever.
Today's not about that anyways, right?
It's about manga, so I hope you're ready.
A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the literature club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share their activity and kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monica approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry to home or anything?
Me? Not particularly. Why?
Oh, there was just something that I wanted to show you if you had a few minutes.
Sure, what is it?
It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you see. You'll see. You know, I was thinking back, and the club was just me and Sayori. We would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about being in a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things that I probably always things that I was probably always too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just brought a bunch of manga and then got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid for me to make such a big deal out of it. No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would have never realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, like I really shouldn't care what other people think in the first place. But when you're criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to brush it off. And that makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. Am I being too entitled if it's just want people to like me without having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monica listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against it, refusing to change for others? I could only wish I was as strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But it's thanks to you that I feel like I really started thinking about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself, and that's all you really needed to do. Also, there's something else. Monica takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga.
What, you? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, I just think I felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it.
I can't believe you, of all people, were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny.
Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But, I mean, one of the characters was in the literature club. What are the chances, right?
You're reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste.
Just one volume. I kind of just picked it out randomly.
Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me about your favorite parts.
I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in the literature club, but she also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like the perfect person that I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted instead of always second guessing myself. Monica walks over to the piano and sits down. I always felt like I could share the absolute best parts of myself. This is really fucking cute. I love this art. Piano time. Okay. I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentally is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never started playing.
Hey, I think the credit for that one goes to the Parfait Girls, not me.
No. Well, maybe it's true that the Parfait Girls put the thought into my head, but it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day.
Every day?
Because, you just make me feel like if I want to do something, I should just... Oh, wait, no, because you make me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still haven't been practicing for very long. I'm really not any good at it, at all, but I wrote a song for the club. I worked really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. She playing piano time. That's right. Oh, Natsuki's so fucking cute. I love her. So, technically every side story, even though it was 2 parts, it was about trust, understanding, and respect, which I actually really fucking appreciated how they approached these topics, because it's like, even though the actual game itself is fucking scary and weird and fucking fucked up, I like that they actually went in depth with all the fucking characters. Like, I fucking appreciated that so much. Because, like, I like that they went back and just, explained each of the characters just a little bit more. Like, I kind of appreciate knowing how the club started. It does. It really does. Because you just, it makes Sayori's suicide seem a lot more... hit you a lot harder. Yuri's self-harm and Natsuki's just hidden, the fact that she's getting bullied so much and continues to hide it. I don't know.
That's all. That was so good.
It was?
Yeah, are you kidding? You're like a pro.
I'm not even close. Does the song even have a name? You said it was about the club, so yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. So it's completely different to how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about everyone. It's all of you who helped me shape the club into what it is. I would never change that.
Well, I think that's really thoughtful. And kind of flattering.
I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was really fed up with a lot of things and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah, I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine. I'm past it too. I think my dad texted me, sorry. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing.
Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyways,
We're even as long as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit it was a form of literature, so you really can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. What kind of little something?
oh, you'll see.
But I don't think you'll be disappointed. The next club meetings end up in a particularly tasty one. Cupcakes. They get cupcakes. I sold my soul for a fucking cupcake. Now, I'm just gonna explore through this. I haven't unlocked everything yet because, like, of course. That's so fucking cute. Oh, wait, I unlocked a whole bunch of wallpapers. Oh. Her little note, a cow. Her taking notes. That's fucking cute. Oh, Valentine's Day? Oh, all the poems. Okay. More poems. Okay, so here's a lot of the artwork. Oh, the artwork for the fucking side stories. Trust. This was the cutest moment for me in particular, and then this one. Special poems, the protagonist's bedroom, Sayori's bedroom. Wow, it really just shows you everything. Artwork. Okay. Music. Hi, Kitty. You literally just stopped by at the end of the stream. I'm literally about to finish. Let me actually play like a different song just for now. What's this one? Oh, this is part of the original and it tells you which one, like when it changes. I don't know if there's an additional one unlocked. I don't remember that. Don't worry about it, honestly. I'm just appreciating that you even stopped by at all. Like, that honestly means more than, like, anything else. I'm currently 7 followers away from 100, and I'm very excited. You missed part of it where I was trying to kill a fly. I don't know where the fly went. I haven't noticed it since, like, a while. I'm just doing my own thing right now. But, like, I read what was going on with you, so it's just like, don't worry about it. I'm probably just gonna talk a little bit right now because I just finished the game. I like talking about the games I just played with chat because it's like it's one of my favorite things to do. Mail, there's no mail. I would have expected mail. Settings. Data collected 52. I'm opening up the actual game. Here's Doki Doki Literature Club. No. It's just making me agree that I know this stuff. I already played the actual game. I finished it.
Doki Doki.
I don't have any slots. I'm not gonna start a new game. I'm just looking at stuff because I don't know if there's like additional unlocked side stories because it says that there's only 6. Fucking go away. I think I have to unlock it by unlocking all the poems and unlocking all the pictures and stuff like that, which is gonna be a hassle because I don't want to like stream through just me going through everything. But I am very happy with the wallpapers that it lets me have. Like, this is so cute, the artwork. I love it. Like, this is so fucking cute. I could set it as my wallpaper. Achievement unlock error. Oh, cute! I should have done that from the beginning. Okay. Well, once I unlock it, I'll probably just, like, come back at some point to the game as it is. Soon. But yeah, what was I saying? I'll probably come back to it in the future. I'll let, like, whoever is interested in, like, seeing that last little side story, into it, because, like, I'm not really interested in going back into the game, mostly for the fact that this was mentally draining to play, since it does take a mental toll to play this game. Like, I can admit that. And, like, I just appreciate this game with the fact that it does bring up a lot of heavy topics, and, like, I know it's supposed to be a psychological horror game. That's one of the reasons why I appreciate it so much, because it's, like, it's not afraid to go with those topics. Because, like, not a lot of games do that correctly. And, like, yeah, it shows a really bad side of it as well, which I'm glad that they didn't shy away from it. It's just also, like, not everyone can handle this kind of thing. And that's why I was, like, so adamant about telling anybody who came into my chat, like, hey, this is about to start happening. I want to warn you ahead of time, kind of thing. I'm gonna see later. Like, I could actually try to just, I was gonna try to search up the last side story, but that'll be, like, a little... feel like cheating a little, if that makes sense. The thing is, I wanted to play it. I'm not sacrificing my comfort because I knew what I was getting into beforehand. I'm just saying it's mentally draining us to play it at one point. Okay. Okay. What was I saying? I really, really love games like this. This is something that I'm like, I'm completely into. Like, I have a whole bunch of games in a list of that I'm planning on playing. Yeah, I'm very fucking... That's like completely me. If there's like a dark side to a story, I will definitely play it. One of the reasons why I really enjoyed Night in the Woods when I played it, and that's also the reason why I played Life is Strange. I'm not afraid to shy away with games that have like dark themes in it. I appreciate that they go into darker themes. Like, Night in the Woods went through like themes of like loss and themes of like dropping out of college and like poverty, things like that. Like a lot of assumptions, like suicide and things like that. And not a lot of people take Night in the Woods seriously, but like the game ends with finding out that there's a secret cult. Like, it's a spoiler, but like also, it's the first game I ever played on my stream. So yeah, it's just something that I've like loved and fascinated with. It's just one of my favorite hobbies and things. That's why it's my technically like my favorite game genre, but like, if that makes sense in a way. Fuck! Where is this stupid fly? I've been trying to catch a fly this entire fucking stream. Ah! Where is it? The fly flew away. I think that's what flies are supposed to do, but regardless, the fly flew away. Yeah. It's just the type of games that I'm into. Yeah. It's just, for me, this game is just a game that I could only play once. I can watch other people play it just to see the reactions, but for me, just reading through it, going through it in detail, is something that I could only put myself through once. That's why I decided to stream when I played this game, so you guys can see me go through it too. Because any single time any of like the little horror aspect parts of the game happened, I flinched. Which I thought was kind of funny. And like, I wasn't afraid to show that. It's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to stream. I feel more comfortable with people watching me play these games as well. It's why I was comfortable enough to go through with it. Oh, I can tell that my stream's starting to fucking completely lag out. I'm gonna start ending stream, since I can tell that I'm dropping frames, and I know that things are starting to go, like, bad, so I'm about to end stream then. I'm going to not exit out of this yet, but like, I'm just gonna say right now, thank you guys for stopping by. This is like the third game I finished on stream completely. Feel free to go on the Discord server and try to figure out what game I'm gonna play next, because I'm really curious as to what I'm gonna play. I'm down for any games. I'm down to just communicate that with you guys, and like, I have a whole list of options if you guys are down to read through them and just try to figure that out with me. I'll have to see what I can figure out for that, because I'm not going to be streaming on Wednesday for the fact that I'm going to start working. That's my first day of work. So yeah. Thank you very much for anyone who hopped on for the stream. I'm going to search to see who is also playing this game so I could raid them. If you guys also...
And his name is John C.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you very much, Amy. Thank you very much, Amy, for that. Fly is still here. Trying to see who's also playing this game. Gonna go raid them real quick. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, yes. I'm trying to see if anyone, like, that's in Spanish. Someone's like, well, that happened. I don't really know. Do you guys know anyone who's streaming right now that you guys would want me to raid? Like, I don't have many viewers, but like, regardless, I just want to raid somebody. Okay, I found someone who's streaming with a VTuber. I'm doing people who are specifically streaming this game to keep it in topic. I'm gonna stick around at the stream for just a tiny bit. For now, I found someone I'm going to host. I'm gonna raid them. I followed them right now, just so they know I'm here. And then raid a channel. Let me real quick. I also love their VTuber. It's so fucking cute. It's chocobo.exe. Is it that picture? It is. Okay. I'm starting a raid. Alright, for now, I'm going to hop offline. Bye, guys!
Okay, now we're back to Natsuki.